I definitely feel it. Boy touching your dick. It's an organized crime. Look at that. This is insane. I cannot believe how remote this place is. Because this is like the main thing here in the northern Philippines, these rice terraces. Some consider it the natural wonder of the world or something. But yet getting here, you have to have to change so many transportations, and there's like a ghost town. There's nobody here. That's kind of cool. I like that. So it's gonna be really pristine experience, hopefully. But what I think is a pretty good thing that I share is a common Filipino scam that can end quite badly for you, that I was almost a victim of. I heard about this in Greece 2 years ago when I was traveling, about this Filipino scam. So the way it goes, and I completely forgot about it, but now I remember it when it almost happened to me. So the way it goes would be some young boys asking for money. This is a normal, typical thing. You'll see this everywhere. And they would catch your attention because they would ask you for money. They wouldn't just stand there, but they really give me money, give me money. It would go like this, and you would go to them. And I would usually, when I see something like this, young boys, girls, whatever, I would just give me a moment to see where I have to go now, because there's two ways I have to check. So I think it's this way. So the way it goes, I would normally, when these kids would normally speak a bit of English, because they ask for money, so they know some English, and I would usually try to convince them that this is not, even if their parents told them to do so, it's not, they can wish for a better life, and encourage them to learn English and go outside Philippines, go to Europe, something like that. And sometimes it kind of at least interests them, because they don't have phones, they don't have connection any sort of way, so they don't know how the outside world looks like. So this is the only life they have ever known, this poverty and doing nothing with your life. So when I tell them a bit about that, sometimes at least they're a bit interested, and they at least know that they could wish for better, and this is not the life that they can have better life than their parents. I usually encourage poor people to dream big, to have ambitions, to learn English, to go to Europe. Anyway, so these young boys would ask me for money, and I would come to them, and then is this scam. Then a girl, when you're close enough, this boy would be really quickly, he would grab your nuts, your genitals, male genitals, because the way they do this, but it would be very quick. This one didn't work because it was too quick and I spotted it too soon. But the way this thing works, it's an organized crime. So they would have a guy with a camera always ready, and they would snap a photo of you, of this boy touching your dick, because then they take this to the police, and then it's considered some child sexual abuse or something like this. And then you have two options: either pay $20,000 bribe essentially and be free, or be jailed for like 8 years or something like this. None of these two options look particularly appealing to me. I just stumbled upon a pretty amazing view, but it's gonna get even better. These rice terraces are 2,000 years old. So none of these two options seems particularly appealing to me. So luckily this time it didn't work, because it was too quick. But yes, that's how the organized child crime works in the Philippines. You're probably wondering, you're probably thinking, nah, there's no way this could be, but it is. That's how it is. And I didn't believe it also when I heard it first in Europe 2 years ago. Before I traveled to Southeast Asia, before I knew how things work differently here. People think differently. It's like a new, different world. And that's how actually things work. So this kind of organized crime, this is just one example of how you can end up with big trouble by scams like this. Because obviously the police is bribed, the judge is bribed, everybody works together on this scam. So you cannot defend your justice that it's not your fault, you're gonna go to jail or pay these $20,000 of bribe. So always be kind of, the more things like that you know, the better it is, right? Because you are a bit more, you know this can happen, and be prepared to not do it happen. So just the more I travel, the more I see things, the more I hear things, so the more I know of the world, which is good. So this time it didn't end badly at all. Here's some other travelers, but it could be a lot worse. Hello.
Hello.
Where are you from? France. France and?
Swiss.
Swiss. I'm from Slovenia. Yeah, we're both very close. I've been to both France and Switzerland.
Okay.
Have you been to Slovenia?
Not enough.
But you should. It's very beautiful.
Okay.
Have a good day, okay?
See you there.
So, look at that. So this place is incredibly beautiful and incredibly difficult to reach. So I believe I'm going there, in that small village in the middle of this paradise. Wow, that's gonna be a window with a view, huh? But better like this. Okay, let's see. Pounding rice.
I think it's better like this.
Okay, whatever you say. How long do you do this for? Whole day?
You can count.
Keep pounding, okay.
In the center.
Oh, just in the center.
Yeah, only in the center. Yeah.
But then I'm not pounding anything. I have to mix it with something.
You're making yourself strong.
Stronger. How long do you do this for?
It depends. Of course, if I am tired, I will stop.
How long does it take you just to pound this ball? Just this ball.
Just wait. We are going to take until it will clean. And then
Okay, after?
Okay.
Wait, I will put the line.
So how does this work?
Ni tama pa kahit eh. Ni kaya at siya naman.
Marta Tiona, Peturo na.
Man, adun ne.
So that's lime, betel nut,
Yeah,
and what is the leaf?
Mahano, moko.
Crushed shellfish?
this one is organic. This one. Plant in the terrace. Okay.
Now I
Yeah.
chew.
Yeah.
How long?
Oh, that one be after become red and
After become red.
yeah.
How long does it take?
Maybe 5 minutes like that.
Okay.
Oh. Okay, yeah. Okay.
And now what?
If you want, can you wash?
Wash.
Yeah, how your ears is warm?
Mm-mm.
No?
No.
Yeah, because the other is the ears is warm and here is red. Yeah.
Do you get the effect instantly or few minutes?
Minute. Yeah.
So I wash my
Yes.
mouth. Okay.
Yeah. No, mama. Kaya walang siya. Dari mahanap mo, mama ako bahad ko. Dari happy. Dari, ne. Mo mama ah. Mari pate. Bumuka-puka ulit ah. Tangar mo. Ay, lalo na. Itim. Umunong aja. Kaya akala ng taan ah. Na. Hinangay simpigay. Gamin dyan sanga. Minsan hay ininom. Ang umi at sanga.
Ay, bila, uwi ka nga.
Wakan hito. Ininom. Oh. At nagkurtalana. Maka at sanga.
At nangay.
1.5. Guide omak kan. Guide omak.
1.5. Inuumak.
Guide natin. Umika. May tungkol. Na imumula.
Ham na haminto na gano'n.
Ito way na haminto. Simple ihnay na haminto. Di ihnay utsi. Ha, siwan na ka dali. Ini.
So
Anak akaya na ako.
is this South Asian drug that they use. It's a natural drug. It's a nut, and then they use it with a crushed shellfish, and they chew it, and it gives them that chemical reaction that gives them a little bit of high feeling. So this is my first time trying it, and I would compare the feeling. It's kind of weird. I've never felt something like this before, but it's very, very mild. It's not like I'm having a emotional what is its name? Like Buddha got it. The thing when you enlightenment. Yeah, it's not like that. So it's like very mild. I would compare it to similar to alcohol. So when you have a few shots and then you feel a bit dizzy and you feel your stomach might hurt a little bit, and I feel a bit just a bit drunk, pretty much. Yeah. So they do it in all of the countries here in Southeast Asia. It's extremely popular. They do it a bit differently in every country. So yeah, And if you try it, obviously you want to do it with some locals who knows what he's doing. So this was the Filipino way, which I've never seen before, which is with betelnut, shellfish and this lime for extra chemical reaction, I suppose. So I just feel a bit of warmth and like very, very, very mild drug. But here it's extremely, in some places in Southeast Asia it's extremely too common actually. So in Laos especially, all the old ladies would chew it all the time. Here it's also quite common, as you see many people with very few teeth and like sick mouth, because if you do this too much you can get mouth cancer. In fact you do get mouth cancer eventually. So all of the old ladies in Laos would have this sick red mouth, swollen lips, swollen gums, everything, and they would chew this all day every day. So then if you do it that often it's kind of a problem, but if you try like this it's okay. Yeah, I definitely don't think I'm gonna get addicted to this, because it's yeah, very, very, very mild feeling. Fun to try. This kind of natural drugs are okay. I don't do drugs, I've never done any drugs. But something like this, I've tried angel's trumpets in Malaysia, which are basically just flower. It's flower. When you just smell the flower and its pollen has supposed to have some this hallucinating effect. To me it had absolutely zero effect. But they say it's, if you sniff a bit you see angels, and if you sniff too much you become an angel because you die. So you can overdose apparently on that pollen of this flower. But I tried once and nothing happened, and then another one, nothing happened. So I had 3 flowers and I had still zero effect. So to me angel's trumpets is nothing, and this betelnut is extremely mild. But I definitely feel it. But not that much. Yeah, what a fun day to end my first day here in paradise. This place has to be probably the most beautiful place I've seen on this trip. Tomorrow I'll probably go on some hike or something and I can show you more of it, but it's incredible. So how are you supposed to feel when you chew it?
If you chew betelnut, your ears is warm.
Ears warm?
Yeah, and here is become red.
Red?
Yeah.
Cheeks?
Yes.
And how do you feel? Like in the head or?
Yeah, it's warm also.
Just the warmth? Nothing
yes.
else?
Yeah, and the teeth is not easy to remove.
Right?
Yeah.
Stain from the teeth.
Yeah.
And why do people do betelnut here? What's the reason? Why do people chew betelnut?
Yeah, because like cigarette.
Like cigarettes?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. But nice because do not expensive.
Because it's not expensive.
Yeah, and the leaf you plant in the.
You can plant it anywhere, right?
Yeah, in the rice field, and the betelnut you plant also near in your house like that.
So like non-expensive cigarettes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for my first opportunity to try it.
Thank you. Yeah.
So I just met the 2 girls. They said they were from Australia, and we always exchange a few words. Where are you from? What are you doing? Whatever. And I noticed a girl has a lot of tattoos. So I asked her if she knows about Apo Wang Ot, so this oldest tattoo artist in the world, who's 106. And she says, oh, I heard of her, but I didn't know she's here or somewhere. I told her, yeah, she's actually quite close. And as we have this conversation, because I wanted to go to her, but it's pretty far away, pretty expensive, difficult anyway. But we have this conversation. Their guide says that she's actually here in Banaue, very close to this place, to Batad, doing some festival. She's here for 1 more week or something, so I should definitely make this work. Hopefully he wasn't just talking bullshit to be included in the conversation. So apparently this lady is here, so this is true. If this is true, I'll definitely make an effort to go see her and get her tattoo, even though I'm not a tattoo person, but this would be a tattoo with a story. So yeah, this place, this has to be, I don't know, the most beautiful place I've seen maybe ever. This is insane. Batad, wow. And there's not really many tourists because this place is so remote and it's difficult to get to, and tourists like easy. And even though this place is super famous, because it's not easy, there's not many people, so it's even better. If you are here in the Philippines, this is the place. Wow, wow, wow. I just climbed the tallest peak in Batad, which is kind of my habit, to climb the tallest peak wherever I go to. So this view, pretty amazing also. And there's no other people because it's pretty difficult hike, which is good. And the other side, it's like pristine hills and jungle. And in this kind of, with this kind of habit of mine, it would be kind of dangerous to go to Nepal, because the highest peak there on the Mount Everest. So I'm maybe not going to Nepal now. No, I don't think I'll ever climb that. But that like serious hiking, it takes like a month to get to Mount Everest, and it costs like a few $10,000 or something like this. But it's too much. Maybe one day. Just a very unfortunate situation that just happened now, that a local came up here and he seemed nice and I gave him some snacks and everything. But then after that he would he would just throw this plastic paper in the jungle, in the forest. So here there's still terrible, there's no eco awareness or whatsoever. And I would say this to him and he was, what's wrong? He couldn't understand why it was even wrong to throw plastic just in the jungle. So this a lot needs to change here, because the mentality of people is just terrible. So these kind of things really sadden me, because in this place is beautiful, it's paradise, but if everybody would throw like this, what would it become? The Southeast Asia has to do a lot of progress, but I don't know when. It's gonna last time now. And I'm always doing my best to try to improve things and get some ecological awareness in the mentality of these people. So when I was in Laos, this is one of my greatest legacies in the past months. When I was in Laos, I was an English teacher on a remote island on the Mekong River. Briefly, not long. But those kids there, like all Southeast Asia, would just drink some plastic cup, whatever, and throw it in the Mekong River, just like that, or on the floor, or plastic everywhere. And they didn't mean bad, they just never had been taught that this is not the way to do it, because their parents did like that, their grandparents did like that. Everyone they ever known has been doing like that. So they never knew that there's something wrong with that. So for my last day in Laos, as an English teacher, I would give an environmental lesson, and we would have like a whole cleaning like a cleaning exercise, or how to say it. So we would collect garbage, plastic garbage, from all around our area and the one place. So at least here they burn it, which is not the best, but it's much better than throw it in the river or something. So at least we would do that, and the kids would absolutely love this. They would absolutely love this concept, but they just have never been shown before, and that's why it's important to teach them, because they're willing to do it, they just don't know of it. So yes, I'll show a clip of that. Amazing work!